Welcome to episode 76 of Ragewell with Kev, Drew, and James. We discuss movie news, Kneecap, and old comedy TV series. Enjoy the terrible impressions. Feck off. Episode
Wait.
7. Wait, we started.
No, wait, I just realised the tumble dryer is going, man. Can you hear that? I probably should turn off my tumble dryer.
I can't hear your tumble dryer.
I should probably turn it off anyway.
If you don't play music, I can take out the background sound anyway.
I mean, it's toasty in here with the tumble dryer on, but I should probably... Oh, here comes...
Is it humming?
It's really humming, man. It's a humdinger of a hum. It's... Yeah, I'm going to just...
This is a very disjointed start. This is... Oh, yeah, you got a cat. That's a big cat.
Yeah, she's special.
You going to give her a blow?
I don't blow cats, man. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Little fluffy bumhole aeration.
The funny thing is, you're on the edge of your seat to blow my cat.
That's not going to happen.
Well, look.
I don't blow strangers' cats.
You're tempted.
James, on the other hand, he's
you
looking.
Just blow your own.
James is looking very turned on right now. For everyone, we're looking at a cat's bumhole directly. What I was going to say before I started as well, by the way, it's a good consecutor from Cat's Bumhole is 100. That do a little shout out to Kate's mum, who is a fan and listens.
And also likes her bumhole being blown.
No ways.
Oh, James.
That's awesome.
I've also just realised my microphone is miles away from my face, so no one might have heard anything I've just said.
Well, this is why I might turn my tumble dryer off.
Did you not hear if my voice was really quiet?
No, your voice sounded all right, man. That's what's strange.
Oh. How random. Well, yeah, anyway, so yeah, as I was saying, shout out to Kate's mum who has been listening.
Kate's mum, give her a blow up the bum.
Stop doing that.
Thank you, Kate's mum. You're awesome. Yeah, I'm going to turn off the tumble dryer, guys, because I think it's distracting for me. And if it does happen to record it, then it's...
Okay, stop talking about tumble dryers.
So this episode is called Tumble Dryers.
I'm going to say it for a third time. Shout out to Kate's mum. Thank you for listening. Shut up, James.
Thank you.
Go on, Drew. Tell us your thing.
Well, no, it was... Let me just turn up my tumble dryer because it is really distracting.
Oh my god, if he says tumble dryer again. What brand is it?
Hot Point.
Inset on.
Hot Point. Anyway, well, actually, we're all Currys. We know our tumble dryer is like the back of our hands. Yeah, so it was literally you planted the idea, Kev, because we talked about in one of the episodes where we were talking about Colin Farrell, and we were talking about I bought Phone Booth or something, and then we watched it like back to back in one day.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and I got it the other day, and I started watching it. And it was just so nostalgic because it reminded me of when you came over and we were watching it and just eating like popcorn or crisps or whatever it was, and probably drinking martinis or something. Was it Martini Bianco or something really weird?
I can't remember. I'm sure it was at your house, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were drinking some very bizarre stuff. I think it was like Martini Biancos and Quavers or something, and just watching Phone Booth. But it's really good, man. And when I was watching it back, I was like, it's such an incredible performance from Colin Farrell, and obviously everyone like Forrest Whitaker, like Kiefer Sutherland, like the whole shebang. Katie Holmes, that we know that James loves. But yeah, it was like I didn't realize he'd just come off the back of doing Minority Report, and that's 20th Century Fox, which is the same company that was funding Phone Booth.
Terrorism,
and it's just crazy. It's just crazy to think that that's pretty much how he got the gig. Like they were like they watched him in Tigerland. It was directed by Joel Schumacher, and then he's like, I think Colin Farrell would be perfect for this. But mate, they had some really big names go up for Phone Booth. I can't remember some of them off the top of my head, but at the time, Colin Farrell was seen as kind of quite low end. And when they saw Tigerland, they were like, "Yeah, I think this guy's got the chops for it."
I watched a film that brought back some memories the other day, and I completely forgot this film existed. Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Was that Jim Carrey?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it is such a good film. I don't know if it's actually a Christmas film, but there's a lot of snow involved.
Okay. Well, penguins
And then I
feel a bit
watched-
Christmassy. Not that.
Yeah, then we
people-
watched the animated Grinch because Reef saw that McDonald's new theme for their Happy Meals is the Grinch, so we got McDonald's Grinch Happy Meal and watched the Grinch.
Nice.
The animated one I still stand by is better than the Jim Carrey one. Controversial opinion.
Don't know.
Who voiced the Grinch?
Benedict Cumbersnatch, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they redid it with him though.
They did, but it's an animated one.
Cartoon, yeah. Benedict Bumberclap.
I thought it was okay. Talking to
It's
Jim
brilliant.
Carrey,
If you've not
this is
seen
another
it, watch
cool.
it. It's great.
This is another cool moment. Do you remember Me, Myself, and Irene?
Yes.
So do you remember the scene where he's with the three kids and they're all like geniuses because his wife has an affair with that guy who was in
Yeah, and he kisses them all.
yeah, and he's in Bad Santa. He plays the elf in Bad Santa. I can't remember his name. He's an amazing actor. The dwarf guy. Anyway, the three children, yeah. The kiss scene, hilariously, is an ad lib. And when you watch it back, you can see they're all like, "What?" And he's like, "Kisses." And then all of those bigger like adult actors are like kissing Jim Carrey on the cheek.
I was going to say, for the people that don't know what we're on about, and when you hear the word kids, it's Jim Carrey,
Yeah,
skinny white guy, and he's three
yeah,
muscular
Big,
bound
built.
and big
Yeah.
black kids who are like probably the same age as in real life.
yeah. It's so funny, that scene, man. It is absolutely brilliant. He's like, I better go, kids, before I put a cap in your ass. And it's like just such a funny scene, man. It's absolutely brilliant.
And another film cropped up that I forgot existed as well. A Samurai Cop. Have you seen that?
What?
No.
Samurai Cop is basically like a deliberate, really bad film. Like, kind of how they did Kung Pao and Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. It's like deliberately bad. It's so funny. It's like so stupid.
So wait,
Yeah, Samurai Cop.
a cop's just running around with samurai swords instead of tasers?
No. The only reason he's samurai is because he knows some Japanese. He gets like, he's like, why do they call him samurai? He knows some Japanese. It's like, okay. He's not a samurai in the slightest.
Dude, you're gonna
It's
spill.
like really bad cutscenes as well, where like they'd be like, "I'm a cop," and it would turn to his mate, just going, just really badly done.
Oh, James, got good news for you.
What?
In fact, you can tell us about a film in a second, but good news for you, if you haven't noticed already, is that Terrifier 3 is now on Prime to buy and rent.
Is it?
It's not cheap, but
It's not. Well, how much is it?
I think it's like 13 quid.
Ah, wait, it'll be a fiver in the Black Friday sale or something, won't it?
Yeah, it probably will be actually,
Can
but
you
it's
say-
probably not going to drop for a little bit just because it is so popular.
Would
I'm
you
sad at the moment with TV anyway.
would you
Wait a
buy
minute.
it?
Are you going to tell us about Blink twice? Did you actually watch it in the end?
I did.
Ooh.
I thought it was
I'm
okay.
disappointed by your reaction before you even speak.
Yeah, that's strange.
I didn't like the happy ending. I wanted it. Why is it always
It wasn't
got
a
to be
happy ending.
What?
I mean, she wins, but it's still an evil
That's
ending.
what I mean, though. It's still like it's so predictable. Like,
What?
let the bad guys get away with it every now and again.
I disagree.
I thought
Let
that
it
was really
continue.
clever.
I just thought, yeah.
That she knew everything. Spoilers, by the way. That she knew everything
Back in 2
the whole
seconds.
time. Right in the middle of, I'm going to put.
That's a perfect clip for social media.
James going to tell us.
James leaves during your second blink, so it's almost like an illusion.
Well, he's got to do his Pihone call, isn't he?
Oh yeah, of course.
So, you might not be as interested as this, but I saw some friends at the weekend, and I want to mention it just for them. So, because Kate was
Dude.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
And I think I might have even shown you these before, but I can't even remember.
Back to school with Rage Whale. Here's show and tell.
So at the weekend, I got to see a friend of mine. James, you haven't even muted yourself.
He's a friend of mine.
Wait a minute. Does my mute work? I'm struggling to work out if I've plugged my thing in correctly.
That's what she said.
Did you hear my cough?
I heard that full 100% cough.
It's not. That's why you can hear me when my thing was up. It's not coming through my mic.
I'm really worried you're going to hear my tumble dryer. I know I keep saying it, and I'm pretty much sponsored by the word tumble dryer, but I honestly
I'm back. Yeah, I thought Blink Twice okay. Maybe I need to give it. I think I wasn't really like 100%.
Changing back to that then.
Huh?
You disappeared. I was changing the subject, but now you're bringing it back.
No, I'll watch it again when I'm a bit more engaged. I think.
Well, it's not going to be different.
Yeah, but if I'm more engaged, I'll pay more attention. Won't I? I was doing other stuff at the time.
So anyway, I was just saying to Drew, I saw a friend over the weekend. You guys might not be that interested in this, but I just want to do it for him. And I can't remember if I showed you this before, but some mate of the weekend, Tom and his lovely partner Jessica.
Oh, Tom.
And we hung out in Camden. We had a great time. It was delightful. But I want to give him a little shout out because he's an amazing musician. What?
He let you blow his ass.
You're not allowed to talk anymore. Here is his first album, Western Super Mame, and
no way,
beautiful, beautiful pink vinyl.
Weirdly enough, I've actually heard of that.
Western Super Mame. I know I've mentioned it to you before, I believe.
That's probably
also,
why.
Here's his second vinyl, bright pink there, and inside another pink, but even more neon with a splatter.
You get him to send me some. I want that.
That's really cool.
It's pretty sexy, isn't it? He's got a affiliation for pink.
Yeah, pink's a vibe. It's kind of like neon pink. What's the genre?
Extreme metal. Technical extreme metal. I don't know what other word to describe it as.
Is it that kind of stuff? What's that called?
Even more.
Is that screaming metal? What's that called? What's the actual?
No, you get loads of different iterations of like deathcore, hardcore, black metal, whatever it might be.
Magnesium, iron filings.
Yeah. So I don't even know what you class it as. I don't think it's even anyone knows what you class it as, to be honest. It's just pretty extreme stuff. It's got lots of like noises and stuff like that.
Sweet.
Which makes no sense to you, I know, but it's oh, by the way, I just sent a picture of you and your cat to Kate, and she has responded with love the butt and another message saying blow.
Don't blow it. Don't blow it in this episode.
But yeah, so other things. Did you hear that? Just a miniature movie news. I don't have much movie news, but just a miniature one.
This is the movie news.
Yeah.
Apart from Terrifier 3 now being available, is that you've got BBC have announced Wallace and Gromit new program.
Oh yeah, is that for Christmas?
I believe so. Is
that all with the sheep, or are they redoing it with different voices for Wallace and Gromit?
What do you mean?
Gromit doesn't have a voice. Well, the really sweet actor that he sadly passed away, didn't he? That did the voice for Wallace.
Oh really?
Yeah. A bit of cheese, Gromit. It's that guy. He was in Last of the Summer Wine, and he's no longer with us, man.
I wonder if he recorded it before, because they do these things really early, don't they? So it takes ages.
So it's almost like, dude, that would be so amazing if it was his voice, like just like recorded footage that was never released until they, like you said, they finished the animation. And
Yeah, but if not, then maybe like there's loads of people that can copy the voices and stuff, can't they?
oh yeah.
I can't see who's playing him, but it does have people like Reece Shearsmith in it,
Right.
playing a robot or Norbert, whatever that is.
Well, I heard a crazy rumor that the Evil Penguin's coming back.
Evil Penguin. Oh, Evil Penguin in
Yeah.
Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, not Evil Penguin in the Penguin film with Jim Carrey. Yes.
Looks like he is. Looks like he is.
Mate, that is going to be a special Christmas.
Okay, so it says here Wallace and Gromit. It's called Vengeance Most Foul. Will also feature the return of Peter Kay as the Chief Inspector, Reece Shearsmith as Wallace's latest invention, Norbert.
What are you on about? Wallace and Gromit?
New Wallace and Gromit.
Real life?
And other cameos.
Well, animation, but yeah.
Other cameos, Diane Morgan from Afterlife Motherland.
Oh, yeah.
Lenny Henry.
What?
And a few other people. So there's quite a few. There's quite a few people in there. Oh, and another thing that's just propped up is Richard Gadd and Jamie Bell to star in a new BBC drama called Half Man.
Ooh.
Whatever that might be.
I'm watching The Day of the Jackal, the TV series with Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah, is that any good?
I was interested. It's been called very slow and boring.
Well,
don't talk to Drew like that.
But I know he's a good actor, but it seems beneath him almost.
He's amazing in it. It's got the girl from, sorry, I should say woman, the woman from No Time to Die. I can't remember her name.
I know what you mean, yeah.
And she plays like the kind of MI6 person trying to track down the jackal. That I watched a really interesting YouTube breakdown on it, and the guy was kind of putting loads of plot hole. He found loads of plot holes in it that is really true when you look at it and go, when you watch it on a surface level, you're like, yeah, this is just a bit of kind of harmless, even though people get killed and butchered in horrible ways. It's like a guilty pleasure, right? But if you look into the actual plot and storylines, the reason why I think people are saying it's slow is that they've created stuff to fatten the plot, because it's based on a film, right? That was like 2 hours with
I remember.
Somebody Fox, a famous actor. Oh God, Edward Fox, and he plays the jackal, and he's amazing in it. And that was like a is it 1988 kind of or something, or maybe even before that.
I might give that a go then. I've just finished Gangs of London and I'm very upset.
Sorry to interrupt the show. Just a reminder to say we love and appreciate you all for listening to the podcast, whether it's on Spotify, Apple, or Amazon. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, follow, as this really helps us continue to progress and improve the content and keeps us making these fun episodes for you guys. Oh, we're also on these things called Instagram and TikTok. You can follow us there too, as we share short, funny reels on the reg that you can share with friends if you like. Now, back to the mayhem.
Oh, really? What, the way it ends, or?
It's so good.
You're upset that it ended. I thought you were upset with
the
thing, but
I took about a week's break from it because it's quite heavy. And I was like, I need to chill out for a bit, because it is like more violent than Hostel, Saw.
Oh yeah, full on.
There's no. Have you seen both seasons?
Well, I think we were briefly talking about this. I believe I'm on season 2, but some of the stuff you were saying, I don't remember.
There's season 2, episode 8.
Sleep.
It's not really a spoiler because I'm not going to say who did it, but someone gets murdered with a torch. And then on top of them doing that, and the torch is shining its light. And after the third time they've hit him in the face, the light all goes red. So it's just in a red room, just like bam, but honestly, caves the face, completely like Terrifier style.
Whoa!
And there's so many twists in it. It's absolutely amazing. Like some of the things, at least 3 things happened in the last couple of episodes. I was like, no way.
Didn't see that coming.
Did not see that coming.
That clip you sent me, which sent us, that was really good, where he puts the
Same way
gun in
the
his mouth
explodes.
Shoots through.
and uses his head as like a shield and uses it to shoot other people. So his gun's in the mouth and goes bang, and then turns to someone else and goes bang. Whilst
Yeah, that guy's basically.
Face lights up.
You could almost call him the main character, really.
Yeah, he is amazing.
He's the main good guy. Sean Wallace is the main bad guy.
Yeah.
And everyone else is like in the mix. But he's like what's his name again?
He's a great
what's
actor.
his name?
Don't know. Just say what I did.
Yeah, basically, he's amazing. I need to find his name now, because that's going to wind me up.
Yeah, it is. Edward Fox.
Yourself while I'm looking at it. Don't be quiet.
Elliot.
He plays Elliot.
Going back to my original thing, yeah, it was Edward Fox.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe his son, going back into the land of nepotism, I believe his son is something Fox. That was in...
Jamie Lee?
What?
Jamie Fox? Megan Fox?
Edward Fox. He's an old guy.
Yeah.
Mr. Fox?
His son...
Fantastic, Mr.
Fox.
His son...
Fox's Biscuits?
I'm going to look up what's Edward...
Foxy Bingo?
Mr. Fantastic Fox.
Mr. Fox.
Kev, where are you on Gangs of London?
Who gives a fox?
What's it, years ago?
You watched all two?
As far as I know. It didn't stick in my brain. It was good, but like there's just so many good stuff on it. It's quick to kind of go through and forget.
I'm glad I gave it a chance, because I've been putting it off, but it's probably easily the best thing I've seen TV-wise since... God, I couldn't even tell you.
Well,
maybe Monster?
The thing I watched this weekend was on Channel 4 called After the Party. I don't know if you've seen that poster at all.
No.
Can you see the guy in that, Drew?
Yeah, dude, it's the Scottish actor. What's his name? From Tyrannosaurus.
Hamish McScottish.
Yeah, you're a fan of him.
Yeah.
Oh God, what was his name?
What is
Peter Mullen.
Peter Mullen.
But it's also got Robin Malcolm, who is she's an Australian actor and she's fantastic. And this story is horrible but really engaging. Like they have a house party, and it's that woman and Peter Mullen who are married, and middle of the night, one of the kids, one of the daughter's friends, who must be like 15 or 16, maybe a little bit older, he gets intoxicated, and the kids are showering him because he's puking up all over himself. And Peter Mullen comes in and looks after him, and she goes, "Let's just send him home." He goes, "Oh, don't be silly. He's just got drunk. He's just a kid." And he puts him in bed. And then she goes up to check on him later, and her husband, Peter Mullen, is lying in bed with him while he's naked. And she calls him out for being creepy. He's like, "What about? I didn't do anything." Because he was on top of the covers, the kid wasn't. So from our perspective, yeah, it's not cool, but he didn't actually touch him or do anything in what we've seen. And then the episodes are her trying to prove that he did it, and him saying, "I didn't do anything." And you start to believe him. And you're like, well, what's this going to go? Is she mental and she just saw something because she was drunk? Or did he actually do something and he's really good at playing it down? And it fucks up the whole family, fucks up everyone, because the daughter, rather than sticking up for her mum, she loves her dad and can't believe her dad would do anything. So she hates her mum for causing the rift in the family. So it's on Channel 4 now, just out, brand new. And it's not as depressing as I've made it sound. It's really engaging.
Well, I'm going to give this a laugh, because this is going to be a crap film, I know, but it's one off the books.
The Mean One. I was at one of those stupid horrors.
It's a horror Grinch film, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds
horror Grinch.
Beyond awful.
Yeah, it will be, but sometimes they're good. Like, sometimes they're that bad, they're good.
What's the new one they started doing? Like the Winnie the Pooh one and stuff like that. There's another one that's just come out.
Yeah, Blood and Honey. That's on Prime as well.
Nothing to do with Winnie the Pooh, but that universe is another cartoon character.
Oh, they're doing it with loads.
Bollocks. Can't remember what it is.
They were talking about doing it with Mickey Mouse because Mickey Mouse is public domain now.
No, that was ages ago. There's something new, like just now.
I know what you're on about. They have things. They've called it in the Pooverse, isn't it, or whatever they've called.
Into the Pooverse. That sounds like
something. Honestly, that's what it's called. Something
that
stupid.
sounds like a
I haven't seen Blood and
kind
Honey.
of-
It looks ridiculous. The second one looks better. I think it's like the Terrifier films. First one's awful. Second one's not as bad.
Into the
Third one's
Pooverse.
passable.
Into the Pooverse. So I think it's in my head. It's like Daffy Duck, like murder spree film, but it can't be. It's got to be something else.
Well, you would have said it
It's
can't
Daffy
be if they
Duck
said Winnie the
covered in
Pooh,
shit
the
with a
wouldn't you?
torch, just going up someone's asshole, looking for a time machine.
Oh God! James knew what he was saying when he was saying it.
I can't do that.
Have you watched the Winnie the Pooh horror film?
No.
I was going to
I'm
say,
not paying for it.
is Eeyore in it?
They're all in it.
How can Eeyore be scary?
Well, how could fucking a honey-eating teddy bear be scary?
Well, yeah, but they made it. They put like it's bear heads and pig heads on human people, right? They're walking around like built like.
Yeah, I
like,
suppose
no.
it's not actual character. But then
Pooh
again, look,
and Piglet are jacked. Like they look like a couple of like hooligans. They're going to break into your house.
The premise is they're pissed at Christopher Robin because he left them and stopped visiting them when he was a kid because he grew
so they
up.
went down the gym and just worked out and got some like tools and they're like tooled up now.
They live in
and-
the forest. They could just lift up logs, couldn't they?
they turned into humans and just put masks on. I don't think it's real bears, is it?
No, it's
meant
Humans
to
with
be.
masks.
No, it's supposed to be like the real them. I think, isn't it? It's not.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well,
The
that's
second
what-
one, the costumes are a bit more believable.
That's
But
why, like, why would Eeyore be scary? Because he's just a sad donkey who loses his tail all the time.
Yeah, I think he's just a bit depressed, man. He just needs to take some pills and chill out. Like, I don't know.
He needs Emma in his life. He needs some therapy.
Yes, man.
What was I going to say? Have you seen the new trailer or partial trailer or clips for How to Train Your Dragon
Yes, the live action.
live action?
Seen bits of it, yeah.
And I thought the cartoon,
good.
the first one was brilliant. It was one of
Yeah,
the
the
better
Viking
ones.
thing and everything. If they lean into that, it could be really cool.
I've not seen any sequels, but I think I've seen How to Train Dragon 2, but I think there's like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, they're like they go downhill. But have you seen the pictures on set of The Rock as Maui?
Wasn't Maui like
Sorry about that.
like a chewy sweet, like the long chewy sweets that are really
No,
tasty?
Maui off Moana because they're making live action Moana, aren't
Oh, Mawam.
I just think anything with Rock in, I'm not interested in. It just puts me off.
they? Yeah, but to be fair,
So
Moana is a
shit.
great movie.
Never
Yeah,
seen it.
It's good fun. Good
It's brilliant.
animation.
It's one of the best Disney films in the last 10 years, easily.
Have you heard about? I know we keep jumping like real quick to things, but maybe that makes it interesting for the 7 people listening. 8
6.
people now actually because of Kate's mum. I was going to say, they had the Barbenheimer, and we talked about that briefly with either in the last episode with Ross, but
Yeah.
there's the new one, Glickid. Have you heard of this?
Glicked.
Or is it Glicked?
But, well, yeah, technically it should be pronounced Glicked, shouldn't it?
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
I mean, it's not really. It's just people forcing it now. Something happened
Yeah,
organically.
they're trying to do they're calling it like Barbenheimer 2.0, but it's like, I don't think it's quite anywhere near
They
as.
tried that a couple of months ago with some other films as well, didn't they?
I don't know,
I can't
man.
remember which ones they did. Yeah,
But the
It's an
option is-
entertaining film that I've never seen
Actually,
before.
guys, that is a fun game for us to do every now and then on this podcast. Is when 2 films come out, we have to come up with a version of Barbenheimer, and the viewers can vote on whichever one of us came up with the best version of a.
I watched an entertaining film the other day that I forgot about.
I think it
And
was
it's-
Posters when that came out or something. Go on, what was the film you watched?
Really standard movie, but fun. The Beekeeper.
Oh yeah, you were saying, is this with
I'd watch it, but
it's
not.
Jason Statham,
Fun
isn't it?
film, yeah.
Jason
Fun
Statham.
film.
Someone said it's a little bit like in the realm of kind of John Wick, in the sense that the beekeeper is like the most powerful badass there is.
Not really. I'd say it's probably more around transporter style.
Oh yeah, no, but I meant not like as in like John Wick as in Kung Fu. I know it's more martial arts and stuff like that, but it's the idea that the beekeepers are the highest level of kind of like
It's just a standard Jason Statham movie, really, but it's quite fun to
badassery.
watch.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks from A to B to C, and that's it. Literally to B. But yeah, I saw the trailer for it. Looked fun. With that fight on like a bridge or something, and he kicks him
It's a
off.
fun movie. There's some really good scenes in there. Like, it's good. I like it.
Yeah, it's
It's not
just like
something I'd be like, oh, you have to see it. But if it's like a Sunday afternoon, you want like a mindless action film, yeah.
yeah. I'm not putting it down. It just looks like it looks like the plot is the most pointless thing ever. It's just a man doing revenge.
There's not really a plot, if I'm honest.
No. If you want an actual genuine good recommendation,
Wow. Here is our recommendation of what to watch this week.
then it's on Prime and it is free and it is called Kneecap. The film that Elijah Baker was talking about when he was on, that he said was his favorite film of the year. This film is unreal, about the Irish language hip hop band.
Yeah, with Michael Fassbender.
Yeah. He pops up. He's not in it much, but you don't need him. You don't need him much.
Was it like I said though? Because you know that kneecapping, we talk about this briefly in another episode, but like kneecapping was a huge thing that the IRA did.
That's why they call it that. So he was like, they get pressed for a name, and he just goes Kneecap. It's like, why Kneecap? He's like, well, what else is Belfast known for?
Famous for, wow, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's really funny. I've watched it twice in the last 5 days.
What? What did you buy it? Or did you rent it?
It's free. It's on Prime.
Oh, okay.
So I watched it last week, and I've been listening to the album by Kneecap all week, and it's fucking brilliant.
So wait, is it real? It's a story based on those two lads that created the real band Kneecap.
And they take some artistic liberty in the filmmaking, obviously, but it's pretty much a true-esque sort of portrayal. And the music's wicked. And then, I was at my mate's house in London 2 nights ago, and we got back at like midnight, 1 o'clock, and we're like, "Do you want to watch Kneecap?" He was like, "Yeah." Put it on. He's like, within 1 minute, he's like, "I am so fucking in." Because it is instantly hilarious and batshit, and the filming is so, like, you know how when people have got lower budgets and they're more creative, it's like that, but it's like high quality and creative. It's very, very good.
It looked cool, man. It did look really cool. Talking of Fassbender, this is a wild card one. Do you remember the one where he's wearing? I think it's called Frank.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
Where he wears the Frank Bottom head.
Oh yeah,
that was a really cool film, though, man. That was really clever. With
it was stupid, but it was
Brendan
good.
Gleeson's son. What's his name? Thingy Gleeson.
Mr.
Gleeson. Yeah.
Well, you can't be wrong with that, can you? Dommel
Gleeson. Man, I couldn't believe he was in The Revenant. Like, just full on. Domhnall Gleeson, right there with DiCaprio and Harvey,
McKenna,
Will Porter.
He's in a great film, which is really funny. Oh, he's in The Patient. Shit, I forgot about that. Have you seen the TV series on Disney with Steve Carell called The Patient?
No, that's cool.
I haven't got on Disney.
It's amazing. The psychotherapist finds himself held prisoner by a serial killer who is Domhnall Gleeson.
No ways.
That sounds cool. He helps with his homicidal urgency. So he basically locks his own therapist in his basement and makes him therapize him while he's chained up to a bed until he feels better. Because if he doesn't do it, he's going to go and kill him and his family and other things.
Whoa, that's a clever concept.
So he's got to help him. He can't try and escape. He's got to help him.
So he's helping him under duress, basically. So it's like, this isn't normally how we do therapy.
Yeah, he's done a couple of other good things as well. Like there's a series on Prime called Frank of Ireland.
Okay.
and it is just like a silly, fun comedy with his brother Brian Gleeson. It's the two of them.
Did you see? Just obviously talking, kind of going down the Irish route here now. Did you see Banshees of Inisherin?
Yeah, I love it.
Really
Watched
good,
that,
man. Isn't it?
watched that twice in 1 week as well.
Yeah, me too. James,
That
have you
was
seen Banshees of Inisherin?
No.
It's
it's
so funny.
yeah, it's a film that looks boring. If you watch the trailer, you're like, it's just two men hanging out in a remote island of Ireland. But
Well, not
it's
not hanging
fun.
out, falling out, because it's a best friend. It's a friendship that's like slowly dying. Like,
Yeah, why are you not friends with me? Just decided.
I can't be asked. You know, it's like
What?
you're talking about your fucking donkey shit for hours. There's so much more I could be doing with my life.
It's so good. It's like, if you speak to me again, I'm going to chop a finger off.
Oh yeah, it's a bit extreme, isn't it? No, what was it when he says you're talking about your horse's shite? And he goes, "It was actually me donkey shite." So it shows how much you're fucking listening to me.
And it's Barry Keoghan's really great performance.
His character's heartbreaking, man.
Yeah, really good.
Heartbreaking.
Also, just going to Donald Gleeson back again, he did this other film, which is really fun. I think it's on Prime again, Crash Pad. And it is really, really funny. That's like a Sunday afternoon film. It basically, Donald Gleeson meets Christina Applegate, I think at a bar, I can't remember. She's pissed off with her husband. He ends up sleeping with this woman. Then the next day, he wakes up and meets her husband.
Ooh.
And her husband's so pissed off with her, not even him, that he ends up moving in with Donald Gleeson, and they end up being like flatmates and not liking Christina Applegate. There's other parts to it, but so he ends up using it as a crash pad, and like they're really rich, and Donald Gleeson's poor, and he's like the rich guy's having fun hanging out like as a student. It's really good. I don't know what's on, but I definitely recommend watching it. It's very good.
I'll check that out, man.
There's like loads of great stuff out there.
There's too much in there almost at once.
It can be overwhelming trying to think of what to watch and stuff, can't it? And do you do what I do? Like when you get overwhelmed, I look at my list, I'm like, there's about 20 films I'm really keen to watch right now.
I just watched something I've already seen.
Yeah. Whack on The Office again or Brooklyn Nine-Nine or some shit.
Exactly, yeah. Those two things are always at my watch again or watch next and continue watching.
And it's annoying because I want to watch something new. But
I might watch Black Adam just because it's there.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I quite often watch like documentaries over films sometimes now when it's like me and Sadie hanging out when we can't pick. We'll just watch a murder documentary or something.
I'm going to check out.
Have you seen the serial killer experience in London you can go to? It's like a serial killer museum.
Experience?
Yeah, it's like a museum like of all like serial killer stuff.
Well, that's just a museum, but what do you mean?
Yeah, but it's like a new thing. I don't think it's like permanent.
You get to wear a jacket and they pretend to stab you. Like it's like.
I have not a clue. I'll have a little look. I went to an experience this weekend, but I'll tell you about it in the next episode. Sorry, Drew, what were you saying?
No, mine was really random actually because it's kind of really nothing to do with. It's kind of to do with TV. But I was going to say, like when you watch something and you just want to watch something that makes you laugh.
Yeah.
My go-to is watching Jimmy Fallon, and it's the interview with Bradley Cooper, and the two of them can't stop corpsing. Like it is the funniest thing, and they're talking about the Elephant Man, and he's doing it on Broadway, and it's so funny when he talks about he's like, and I was doing the limp, and I was practicing it for 6 months, and I realized it was the wrong leg, and he was like, "What, really?" He's like, "Yeah, man." So then I had to relearn the whole limp on the other side, and then they told me it was the right limp on the other side. It was like talking about it's like really, really funny.
This thing's at Waterloo, the Vaults.
Oh yeah, the Vaults. They turned that into like a
looks like quite a cool thing.
Yeah, just opened it myself as well. Yeah, next to the tube station.
Yeah, look, they've got the glasses for Kevin. Kevin could just go there and just get some new glasses.
Yeah, they've got Dharma and Bundy stuff there, loads of things, but it's a tour, so I imagine it's going around the world. So
it's only like 20 quid as well.
But this is a perfect example of like what we were saying about how society kind of like idolizes like serial killers. They become almost as popular as celebrities, really.
Oh, I see what you mean now. So yeah, it's for 14. It's about 90 minutes, and I need to sneeze, and I'm not sure when it's going to come in.
Well,
Starts on 20 quid,
that's what she said.
and it's got over 1,000 artifacts. It's got 4 VR experiences and
And
That sounds good.
I think
7 immersive rooms.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
I mean, it kind of does. But I'm not. Oh, I'm going to London in January.
How long's it there for? Does it say?
It does not say. Until December the 2nd. Oh no,
Oh.
that's the deal. That's the deal.
guys, that is going to be incredibly popular because if you think about how popular these like monster, you know, TV series are, like, have you heard about the third season of Monsters is going to be with Charlie Hunnam?
Yeah,
Oh,
who's he playing? Who's the character though?
But something like Dean
We
DA.
told you before.
Dean Gaffney.
It's not Dean Gaffney.
Dean Gaffney and
What's his
Wellard.
name?
Documentary.
Oh, it's gone from my brain as well. Ed Gein.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's like again we were saying, why are they casting like good looking dudes? Like it just makes people go, nah, maybe I'll be a serial killer tomorrow.
You've seen the photo of him. He looks creepy. He looks like a creepy old man farmer.
I hope he's good because for me he's quite a hit and miss actor.
He looks good. He's got slicked kind of grey hair. Have you not seen him? He looks like James right now.
He's
Seriously,
great.
he's got the exact same shirt on.
Yeah, he does actually. No, he does.
Maybe I should have played him then.
Yeah. He was great in The Gentleman. Fucking brilliant in The Gentleman.
Yeah, I mean that film made a lot of people look very, very good, didn't it? Like the casting of that was spot on.
I mean, again, Colin Farrell, guys. Again, like I forget how many amazing movies Colin Farrell was in. Like he's done so many fucking great films.
Yeah. The Gentleman is like one of the best films of the last. It was actually probably in my top 10 of all time. Actually, it's probably snuck in.
Nice.
May have.
Snuck
if I wrote it all out, it may have snuck in.
Get in.
This Ed Gein docuseries, you know what he did, right? He used to because he worked in a farm and he was used to like gutting animals and skinning animals, using their skin for stuff. He started doing it to humans.
Yeah, I don't know much about Ed Gein. I'm a bit of a serial killer.
I'm literally telling you right now.
Don't ruin it for me.
Well, Ed Gein used to skin people completely. He used to make lamps from body parts, like lampshades, clothing.
That's what Himmler. That's what Goebbels used to do, wasn't it, or Himmler?
So it's the fucking dark version of IKEA.
Did you know that one of Hitler's henchmen, Goebbels or Himmler, had like Jew skin lampshades and that?
Whoa. Oh, is that the one that Rafe Fiennes plays in Schindler's List?
Maybe. I think they're missing a trick. I think now is the time to do a proper like Nazi film, like and actually show the dark side of it. Because Schindler's List was good, but it was an art piece.
It was a shit like that, man.
What name one apart from Schindler's List? Don't say Inglourious Bastards or Valkyrie, because
there's that new one Kevin was talking about. There's like it's very subliminal. That woman outside the house near the concentration camp.
I want to see full on like them following around the SS and the top from their point of view, what they got up to. I don't want to see any concentration camps or anything. I want to see what they got up to.
The zone of interest is a family, like cameras in the family home of the person who lived next to the concentration camps. You don't see the concentration camps; you just see the family acting normal, how they lived, and then them just nonchalantly going to a meeting where they're trying to improve the machines, and you're like, what are you talking about? And it's them trying to make the concentration camps more efficient by being able to burn quicker, burn more bodies quicker, and fit more in, and do it more frequently, so they could get rid of more Jewish people.
I will say one thing. I mean,
so horrible.
One thing that confused me about the Nazis is they had a lot in common with the Daleks, didn't they?
What? They scared of stairs?
No, as in like they were pretty scary things, but they couldn't go upstairs.
They must destroy.
That's why Anne Frank was like got away with it for so long. Like you just check. Have you checked the house? Yeah. So have you? Yeah. Have you? No. It's like Dougal. Like who was that? SS Dougal Maguire did that house or something. He's like, oh come on, no, oh come on, Ted, Dougal. Ah yeah, I did. It's like, did you check the attic? Yeah. Did you? No. It's like, God's sake.
Oh, I love Dougal. I'd rather talk about Dougal than Nazis.
100%.
I watched the episode the other day where like the Chinese family comes to the island and like they think Ted's a racist because he's got like the lampshade on his head and he's doing that and he's like, oh shit, and then there's like that Mrs. Doyle's clean. There's a perfect square of like dirt, and he's like waving at him, and then they turn around and he's like, what are you doing like that?
He's telling him to go away. He's like,
right
go to the back. Yeah.
It's so funny, and he's like having a go at him because they're walking away.
I think we were saying that is still one of the finest. Like when Sarah and I were watching, I got Sarah into Father Ted, and she was like, "This is absolutely hilarious." Like every night we were watching an episode, and it was just so good. It's so much fun. It reminds me. Sorry. It reminds me of a time, like we were saying, when comedy was just about humor. It wasn't about don't take things so seriously. Please don't hold on to things. Don't be like offended. It was just about just all out humor, and it was just this kind of wonderful, like ridiculous kind of world they created. Because there's one episode where Dougal and him go to like the local like fair or something, and there's like there's like two cats in like a cage, and they're on like a spinning wheel, and there's like loads of really weird things. And
can we go to Father Ted? Why, what's happening? Oh, there's a spider baby. What's about it makes a spider baby? Is it wearing a nappy? No. Is it really small? No. What's the spider? It's in a pram.
The best one is when Dougal's like, he explains Dougal like distance. He's like, this cow is small. Those ones are far away. But did you see the post or the tweet that the Happy Gilmore lot did? Because they're making Happy Gilmore 2, aren't they?
Oh, I heard about this. Yeah.
They put a post up saying, yeah, we don't care if we offend anyone. We're definitely going to upset a few like liberals on this film.
Well, that's it. I mean, like with comedy, like especially like saying Father Ted, they didn't go out the way to offend people. They played on a stereotypical impression of an idiot Catholic Irish person who doesn't know worldly things, and that he accidentally offends. It's not offensive because he knows what he's done and didn't mean it type thing, and that's the good thing about it, isn't it? Like it's not pushing boundaries of offense. It's just
remember that one when they get stuck in the lingerie department?
Yeah, that's the Christmas special.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you remember the speed one where it's the milk float's not allowed to go over
4 miles an hour or something?
The very end, they get off and escape and let the go into the box, and at the end, Dougal just goes, "Dad, you forgot your brick." He's like, "God damn it!" Because the brick is meant to keep the pedal down for it to keep going.
Yeah.
And then off, but he goes, "Dad, you forgot your brick." Like,
boom.
But
that's funny.
You know how when you watch all these series, I watch all these sort of old series all the time, and it's always like you have to get past the first 2 or 3 episodes because they haven't found their feet. They haven't found the character yet. It's usually the second series is the best one. But Father Ted, episode 1, the first joke is fucking brilliant. When Dougal walks in with loads of shaving foam all over his face, and Ted's like, Dougal, what are you doing there? It's like, nothing. It's like, you got a bit of something just there. He's like, all right. Did I get it? No. You got it. Still a little bit there. Okay. Did I get it? He's like, Dougal, it's all over your face. And he looks in the mirror and goes, oh, Jesus. I didn't even shave this morning, Ted. What the fuck? I was in stitches every time because it's a joke. And then bonus punchline. So you didn't need that end punchline for it to be funny. But
it's so good. Yeah,
they're all on the Channel 4 app, by the way.
But again, like we were saying, like I feel like Only Fools and Horses Like you said, I think even Last of the Summer Wine was really funny, and I know that I don't know if James has seen that. I really enjoyed Last of the Summer Wine as a kid.
Yeah.
And that was very funny in places. You had
some mothers do have them. Any Frank Spencer stuff.
Yeah, potentially. There was a Scottish one that I can't remember now. Still Game is quite funny, but it wasn't Still Game. Yeah. Raspberry Nesbit, that was it. Raspberry Nesbit was really funny.
Do you remember Game On with Samantha Janus?
Yes, that was so good.
When that guy who had like agoraphobia, he couldn't go out of the house.
Yeah.
And, like, he just get beaten up by his housemate all the time, didn't he?
Oh, Game On was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the cool guy that had agoraphobia. And it was
they changed him, didn't they? The cast changed from season to season. There was like one of the casts changed. But yeah, you couldn't go out. And there's one episode where he's talking to some girl. He's like saying she's going to kill herself and stuff. And
that was cool.
The top one I wasn't a fan of. It was the second guy that was the best.
Yeah.
And he manages to get himself to this house. He's like covered in sweat. He's like dragging himself along, and he gets to the house and they're having a party. She's like, "Oh yeah, I was being dramatic," and he just like passes out on her doorstep.
I'm watching this at the moment from the beginning and watching a bit of Green Wing.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Like people from Big Train, from Black Books.
That is so funny. That
Friday Night Dinner.
Those two in the middle, when they have that little moment where he goes, if you eat that weird cake or whatever, and it's like he eats the whole thing, and he's like, do you know what you win out of all that? And it was like, what was he saying? Something like, he's like, no, he's like, your prize is something like, oh fuck, what is it? He says, it's really fucking funny, and I've completely fucking butchered it.
I did go back and start watching Garth Marenghi's Dark Place again. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, but on Green Wing, I do love the Scottish lady, that one there, who's nuts.
She's hilarious.
Just insane.
Drew, have you seen Garth Marenghi?
Garth Marenghi's phenomenal.
No.
It's like a hospital drama, but it's one of the ones that's filmed deliberately crap. I think it was the first thing that Richard Ayoade and that crew did.
Do you remember British Empire?
The British Empire.
British Empire.
My old media or film lecturer co-wrote that.
No ways.
Yeah.
What? Mate.
Set the Leisure Centre on it.
Mate, that was genius. Because it's got the guy from Red Dwarf as well, man. Another fucking brilliant.
I can't remember the guy's name now. It was our lecturer. But yeah, he like wrote. He was one of the writers on that show.
That's mental.
What's his name? Dom something.
That's fucking mental.
Right, I like this. Going back to your... I was going to flag it up, but we moved on a little too quickly. But Drew mentioned Rabsy Nesbitt. So Rabsy Nesbitt's in a new program on BBC iPlayer right now. So yeah, Gregor Fisher, and it's a program called Only Child.
No way.
It's brand new. I've not seen it before. Me and Sadie watched 3 episodes. There's 6 episodes, 6 30-minute comedy programs. We watched 3. Sadie goes, "It looks really rubbish." I was like, "Yeah, but there's nothing much on. We can watch Schitt's Creek for the millionth time, or we can give this one 10-minute go, and if it's crap, we'll turn it off." And we watched 3 episodes in a row. It was really good.
Wow.
It's not like laugh out loud funny, but it is just that heartwarming. It's Rabsy Nesbitt and his son. His son goes to visit, who's a sort of semi-successful actor, and goes to see his dad for a couple of days visit, and realizes his dad's not quite with it, and he loses a job interview, an audition. So he goes, "I'll stay with you a little bit longer." Then like 6 weeks have gone past, and he's still hanging out there with his dad, and he's the only child. He's got no mum. Mum passed away a while ago.
Oh. And
it's just him and Rabsy Nesbitt hanging out basically, and it's just it's really funny, but it has got heartwarming moments.
I do like that.
Going back to Drew, did you say you've seen Garth Marenghi's?
No.
Yeah, right. Just a couple of things on that. It's one of the funniest shows that no one's ever seen because it was so early on. It was like well before Netflix and that. I think it was the first thing I saw Richard Ayoade in, but there's like bits in it. Like there's a scene where like a cat walks up and comes through the door, but you see the bloke's hands like throw the cat through the door. Like, and there's like when they show the outside view of the hospital, it's clearly made of like cardboard. And there's like bits where there'd be like stuff flying in the air and you can see the string. Or there's a scene in a graveyard and you can see the tombstones, like they're polystyrene, just like blowing like that.
I think that pretty much was Richard Ayoade's first thing that he did. That he was in Armstrong and Miller and some other thing.
The
But no
guy
one
that
ever
says
heard of.
volcanicity, who was the boss in IT Crowd, was in it as well, isn't he? Who was the
Yeah.
second boss?
It was in like Nathan Barley.
That's another one. The
before
IT Crowd,
Crowd.
where she buys them
Harry
shoes
Enfield
that are
and
too
Chums.
small.
Harry Enfield.
That's good.
They were really good.
Did you used to watch the IT Crowd?
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it.
I
You know
love
when
it.
she gets the shoes that are too small.
More Harry Enfield and stuff, but what was the other one I was just thinking of?
I tell you what I did watch the other day, which I forgot how amazing it was Fonejacker.
Oh yeah.
Where he's like Rolls Royce, talk to me. And at the end, he's like, you got it down for 12. I'll give you 24 grand. And the guy's like, well, that's double the price. He's like, yep. He's like, what happens is you send it to a guy in Nairobi or like Uganda. A guy in Uganda wants it. You send him the car, he'll wire you the money. And the guy's like, is this an import-export scheme? He's like, yeah, it might be. And he's like, you meet me under the Waterloo Bridge. I'll be wearing a silly hat and some gloves.
Do you remember the one where the guy's like, madam, there is a pigeon in your bank account?
Yeah,
And
Brian Badondi, yeah.
She was like, what?
Have you not seen that one, Kev?
There's a pigeon
in your bank account.
There's a pigeon
He's
in your
like,
bank
I'm going
account.
to need your sort code and account number. There appears to be a pigeon loose in your bank account. She's like,
Yeah.
what?
And she's like, what do you mean? And it's like, she's
Just
like,
all
is
the Terry
this a
Tibbs one.
scam?
He tries to.
No,
the Terry
madam, I
Tibbs
need to
one.
get the pigeon out of your bank account.
The Terry Tibbs one where he rings up for the paddling pool and he's like, 12-foot paddling pool, talk to me. And she's like, oh yeah, my husband bought the paddling pool, but the garden's saying like 12-foot wide. He's like, so your husband's a bit of an idiot. He's like, £12. What else is included? Can you cook? Like what?
What was that
He's like,
one
my
where?
wife can't cook.
What was that one where they're like they're in somewhere like Greece or Spain or like, oh god, like Magaluf or something, and it's like there's like all these different couples, and they're on holiday, and it's just really really funny, man.
I thought about a skit on Fonejacker. You're talking about something completely different.
Yeah, no, sorry, yeah, it wasn't a skit from Fonejacker. No, it was another.
I don't know. I think. Do I remember?
Say Benidorm.
Yeah, that's the one, man. Benidorm, yeah.
That's good, but that's like mum and dad comedy, isn't it?
That's rubbish. That's
I'll
not
tell you what is funny. I've started rewatching
I
again.
just never watched it. To be
There is a program they need to
good.
bring back. One of the best comedies ever on TV was Harry Hill's TV Burp. Because it'll be like, oh, TV highlight of the week. It'll be someone like shutting a door. Or like there'll be like L-shaped cow spotted on country farm. It's just like a cow with another one stood there. Just like...
It's so stupid, isn't it?
The one I watched the other day, he was like reviewing a program. It was like Muslim driving school. He's like Muslim driving school, and she's like, oh, I'm really, really confident. And he pulls out like the thing, and the woman's like, yeah, you failed. He's like, put the cork back in there. Just put that down.
You remember Eurotrash as well? Eurotrash had some crazy little.
Oh, that was funny. That guy died, didn't he?
Oh, did he? The French dude.
Yeah, I think he did. Lola Ferrari, remember? Eurotrash was like peak Channel 5.
That was crazy times.
What? Can you remember Banzai?
Banzai?
With Shaky Hand Man, where he'd shake someone's hand and then a timer would come up of how long he could shake a celebrity's hand for. It would be ridiculous things they did.
Remember, Drew,
You never see that? It was a reality show, but they get these people to go and do stupid challenges.
But it was like Fonejacker stuff, wasn't it? To a degree, like they made
it was
people
like
do
Balls
stuff.
of Steel. Do you remember Balls of Steel?
Balls of Steel was genius.
You know that famous clip of Tom Cruise getting squirted in the face with the microphone?
Oh yeah.
That was Balls of Steel, and a funny story about that is the lady that was meant to do it, who's part of the people that do the things every week, she bailed, so the producer or something did it. That's why everyone forgets it was on Balls of Steel, because it's meant to be Daisy Donovan, I think her name is. And she was like, no, I'm not doing it.
He lost his mind on that one, though.
But they used to do things like, can you remember the Irritating Devil, or whatever it was called? He'd go into like a car park in the middle of the night and paint like a disabled spot on every single car parking space.
Oh man!
Or they did that thing like a couple would look around a house and start like having sex in the bed, wouldn't they? It was like, whoa, that was. They had a couple of the Dirty Sanchez boys in there as well. But
yeah, I was going to say, I had a feeling it was going into Jackass territory, like as in.
Yeah, a couple of them were on it, but this was like after Dirty Sanchez. I think it was Pancho and Pritchard that run it.
Also, on Fonejacker, was it called Facejacker when they did it in person?
That was okay. That was when they actually were people doing stuff, because Terry Tibbs, when he did like QVC, that was quite funny. But it wasn't. I preferred Fonejacker because it was completely like anonymous.
Brian Butante, because he sounds like
Brian
he sounds like
and
a
Terry
chicken,
Tibbs.
doesn't he? Brian Butante.
Is that Terry Tibbs? Look me up.
Oh yeah, no, that was it. And he kept doing that. He goes, bah, bah, bah.
You do that really close to the mic. I want do it more closer, even closer.
Bah.
I'm pretty sure the guy that did Fonejacker was the guy that did Phone Shop.
Bah. Bah.
I think he was the guy that played Raz Prince, like the area manager in Phone Shop.
Yeah, but I don't think it had anything to do with him, but he was in it for like one episode, I think.
No, I think he was one of the writers on it, and he just did like a cameo, because they covered his car in dildos, didn't they? Can you remember that? He like parked up and they put hundreds of suction cup dildos on his car when he came out.
Oh, I didn't realise he was part of the writing process.
Asian guy, isn't he, or something? He probably done quite a lot, actually. Yeah, Raz Prince was his name, I think. That phone shop program was so like to the point. It was exactly what phone shops were like back then.
Yeah, it was.
Well, should we call that at 1 hour, and then I've got
to say,
a guest for our next one. Give it a couple of minutes. And
are we going off? Are we closing this off or starting a new one?
I think I'll close it off because my mic wasn't plugged in, so I'm going to reinsert. Before I do, a last minute show and tell.
Back to school with Rage Whale. Here's show and tell.
I forgot to show it to you earlier. We were talking about vinyl.
It's a record.
This isn't to do with Berserk,
records. The only reason he likes records is they have a tiny hole in the middle of them so he can blow them.
Right, so this is Poppy's new album. Look at the gatefold. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh,
pretty cool.
Is she in a bath? What is she doing?
The actual vinyl itself is not a coloured one. It is a
picture disc.
See,
I've heard rumours that picture disc quality aren't.
And it looks like she's got a mole, a beauty spot, or whatever it's called.
Is that a true story, Kev?
No, it's spot on, man.
Hey,
that was not deliberate. It's pretty good, man. Pretty good. It's a wicked album. Listen to Poppy, Negative Spaces. It's a fantastic album. It's pretty heavy.
Oh, is that the one that I listened to the other day for breakfast?
Did Drew listen to it and got scared?
Oh, yeah, on Instagram. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, see you in 5 minutes. I mean, no, see you next week.
See you next Tuesday.
Oi, oi.
This has been Rage Whale. Thanks for hanging out with us. We hope you had a whale of a time.